Hi, welcome to AM to PM, the show where two guys talk about stuff that's fascinating to tens of people on the internet. I'm Andrew from Big Brother Canada Season 1.
And I'm Pete Monahan, a failed two-time applicant to Big Brother Canada.
Or are you? There is a twin twist.
Anyway, on today's show, we're going to talk about Big Brother 17, the return of a fan favorite, Battle of the Block, and also the aforementioned twin twist. So, Andrew, Pete?
Pete, I don't know who I am. Let's get started.
All right. The 17th season of Big Brother USA just began with a two-night premiere where we met the first 16 house guests. What are your thoughts on the beginning?
I really like the first show. I don't like the fact that they mix it into two episodes for the introduction of the guests. I feel like that's getting closer to Big Brother Canada, which I don't like the fact that they put so much time in between the people going in. So didn't like the fact that there's 8 and then the next day we gotta wait for the next day. I think that's a huge disadvantage for those second 8 because the relationships are built just like the first 5 in season 2 of Big Brother Canada.
Absolutely.
But I like the people a lot. I thought, oh, maybe I won't like them, but I found them very funny. I think they've really learned from BB15 to maybe get some people that are likable. So far, I like it.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. I had some of the same complaints. Obviously, having the two-night premiere, I don't like. I don't like people having to be shifted off to the second half.
Mm-hmm.
You know, are these their favorites that they want on the first night, and then the second group is not as, I don't know, important to the show? Of course, then we've also got the whole suite of twists, which
Take over.
As you know, we have said we're not big fans of in general. I'm kind of waiting for a back to basics season, like season 10, which is obviously never going to happen. Everybody's always talking, is it going to be an all-stars, is it going to be whatever? You know, we really thought, we didn't know. So this comes in, we've got Phil Kogan. I always thought his name was Phil Cohegan for some reason.
I thought that was Keegan. I had no idea.
So he comes in and says, hey, we've got these two guys, putting them at a much more of a disadvantage. You're going to be at a disadvantage anyway if you come in from another show.
Well, I look at, if you want to reference Amazing Race going into another show, look at when they went on Blood versus Water. Now, obviously, she won in the end, Natalie, but her sister was targeted right away because they were on the Amazing Race. So, not to say that Jeff or Jackie cannot win, but they're totally at a disadvantage. Unlike if you bring in the coaches, they're at an advantage because they are gods to these people. You can see the one guy, Steve, was like, I know that guy because I watched the show. He's the nerd. Everybody else was like, Amazing Race, they already had a chance on reality TV and they didn't win, so let's go after them. Not a fan of that.
Yeah, so that was one part. The rest of it, you know, what's it going to be every single week, something like that? Yeah, I can understand. I mean, that's a pretty major thing. Saying Phil comes in and says, we've got some people on the show. Every week it can't be something that big.
Yeah. You don't think? I mean, I think it would be just more minor twist. You start off with a bang, obviously. Probably later on you do that as well. Maybe if it's struggling ratings-wise, but little twists. But little twists to us in the outside world, but to them it's like, oh God! I love that song. Red is red, baby, take over. I like that part. But at least they know that there's twists coming.
Well, yeah.
So
I think nowadays, if you're on Big Brother, you should realize
expect the unexpected. Hashtag. Still liked it. Obviously, this guy Jace is trying way too hard. You know, hey sweetheart, where you from in Rado? Like, you're a moron. Like hide into the background.
That's one thing I noticed was he's the guy who was trying to start all the conversations. And although here it's something that, you know, obviously spoiler alert, we're going to be talking about what's happening. By the time this gets out there,
maybe
some of this will already happen. But Audrey has been all over the place.
Yeah.
She is kind of a maniac when it comes to being in every single alliance.
We've seen that.
We saw in the very first one. She was the first one instigating the alliance with Day and Shelley. And then anyway, from that point forward, she's just gone all over the place. Well, here's the other thing I was thinking. This show won't be sort of step-by-step analysis of what's happening on the live feeds because we want to keep these points short and to the point.
You don't want to see these faces. You want to see them, you just don't want to see them for too long.
Yes, exactly.
Right? Nobody needs to listen to a couple of knuckleheads like us for
another thing I wanted to point out was I wanted to give a big shout out. I know we're going to do it again at the end, but I really wanted to give a shout out to Dog and Simon at onlinebigbrother.com because they saw in their hearts to create a blog post about our show, and that generated
thank you very much.
Lots of views, much more than the 10s we were expecting. It was more like maybe 1,000. So
wow,
that was great. So all those people that go, what is this? Clicking on it.
Now all that means is they turned it on for around 1.5 seconds and went, that looks like 2 old dead guys. But anyway, thank you.
Yes, thanks, guys. So a little bit more on the
Don't
first
call me a
episode.
moron. You know, I love the thing I love about Online Big Brother and Dog and all those guys and Hamster Watch is that I don't have to watch the live feeds.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
I turned on the live feeds today, and I don't have as much time as I used to back when I was first watching Big Brother, which was in season 2.
Yeah.
I would be glued to it watching Dr. Will and
Did you ever watch me?
yes,
Yeah.
I did. I was glued then, but besides that, I turned on again like they're talking about the same thing again. Oh my god! So then when I discovered blogs where people talked about it,
Yeah.
I said, I love to go on when there's going to be, because I'm in Canada, we can actually see the challenges that are the endurance space.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's a great thing. So
I like the show. Let's see what happens.
I think I'll keep watching.
Me too.
All right.
So, Big Brother 17, a fan favorite has returned. The first twist is Battle of the Block. What do you think, Pete?
So, a fan favorite, right? I'm not sure who this singular fan is out there. It's certainly not this guy, because the Battle of the Block, I'm not a fan. My problem with the Battle of the Block is I think it was brought in because they felt like they had big personalities being targeted, really strong people, and they thought this is the way to keep it. And it absolutely is, because you saw last season, that's what really helped the bomb squad. Hey, why are you going to waste your HOH on a couple of strong guys who are then going to win the competition and you're not going to stay HOH? So of course you're going to target the weak people. My issue is if you want to get rid of weak people, don't put them on the show. Right? Also, sometimes it's an interesting thing. You know what I would rather watch? I'd rather watch the have-not competition. Because now they just go on and they say, hey, you're the HOH, you get to pick the have-nots.
Yeah.
Because have-not to me was a wonderful thing that was put in there. It made people struggle and it was very good. I like it.
I agree. I love the have-not competitions that I was in, and you Emmett and I have talked about this in the past, how you really battled, and those meant a lot to us because that gave you an advantage. The Battle of the Block gives too much uncertainty, I think, for when you win an HOH. In Big Brother, that means safety. It shouldn't mean I don't know.
Yes.
So, an HOH can then be evicted. I don't like that. I like Big Brother. I don't like 8 people coming in one night, 8 people the next night. I like Big Brother where they all go in.
Yep.
There's one HOH. You nominate 2 people, you battle for the veto, and then you campaign. It's all about social game. This takes away that, I think, and it allows, like you said, why in the hell would you ever put up, hey, I gotta put up those 2 guys. Oh yeah, we're gonna instantly win this competition against these other 2 people, because HOH against HOH, you can't then tell. So, hey man, we're both of
They should have
let's work together.
They should have a boxing match between the actual.
Yeah, exactly.
HOHs.
But HOH, so I'm like the strong guy, and you're the weak guy, and you go, and I mess with your mind and say, listen, we're both going to put up weak guys, okay? Or no, we're both going to put up strong guys, and you go, oh, okay, I'll do it. And then you put up 2 strong guys, and meanwhile I go, I'm going to put up 2 weak people, and then obviously it doesn't work out for you. I stay HOH, and hey, you might then get back to it. So don't like the battle.
I also know who the fan is. It's Cleo.
Oh, hi, Miss Cleo.
So they brought back a twist from season 5, which was the twin twist. And as you know, Andrew and I are twins. Do you think we could pull it off?
We could never pull it off. I think the reason that they've gone for the twin twist again, it is a very interesting idea, and it's very, very difficult. I think if you want to do it, it should be something that they have to do for the entire season. Because as we saw with Natalie and Adria, if you bring somebody in, hey, after 5 weeks, hey, all this is my sister. You know, you go, 2 against 1, see ya, you're gone. It's almost like the Amazing Race couple. You might as well say goodbye. For us, we would have no chance. I mean, we say we're mirror image twins. I'm obviously much more attractive and slimmer. You've got a much larger brain, so of course it's like this. Bad hair, good hair.
More wrinkles.
Modest, not modest. But anyway, it would be too difficult for us because my brain is basically melted. Yours is enlarged. It would just be too difficult. So I think it is going to be a young lady, probably this Liz that everybody's speculating. Because it would be very easy to go in, not easy, but to just say, okay, we're going to play your life.
Well, that's what you have to do.
And it would suck to be the twin that's life is not the one that's
Yes,
picked. Like, hey, sorry, Pete.
Well,
I'm the exciting one.
Hey, here's the thing. We would definitely be you.
Yeah.
Because you're going to say, so tell me about your children.
I can't remember their names.
but that's why you see, I think Natalie and Adria, one of them was married and one of them wasn't.
Yeah.
I think.
But
So
I think
that's a
both-
bit weird. But these guys are 23-year-old girls.
Yeah.
They both have 5. And if it's not her, I'm pretty sure she would have had her twin in the intro. I mean, you remember you and I was in the intro because we're part of each other's
We're
lives.
still friends, yeah.
It would be very, very
Roommates.
difficult. as the older you get, the more your lives diverge.
Oh, yeah,
you become more and more different people.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard. You're gonna but one thing that's an advantage, or not an advantage, but you say, hey, how could they ever do it? The people are looking past you at the mirror, right?
It's very true.
You know, I mean, they're saying, hey, wait a second, you missed a couple of lines of your life story. Wait a second, I wasn't listening. I was preparing to tell you what story.
I don't believe that. That never happened to me. Oh wait, that's true. Everybody was like, I was just saying, it would sit there on this would be the couch by the where the mirror was, and it was just like, oh, it was there. I mean, I like looking in the mirror, obviously. Hey, but it was just like, you're checking yourself out while I'm having a conversation. No wonder you don't know that I'm actually from Newfoundland, Tom. Anyway.
Yes. So
Twin twist, super hard.
Interesting.
We'll see how it plays out. I'm glad there's no DNA twist besides that.
Also another interesting thing was there was a bit of a hoax that Johnny Mac had a twin. Johnny Mac, which obviously isn't true. But you remember back in season 5, Diane and Drew both had identical twins, and so there was 3 identical sets of identical twins there, and they wound up falling in love. Not really.
Not for very long.
Diane did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone talks about masterminds on Big Brother. Is it a myth?
So people love to throw around that term, the mastermind. Who's going to be the mastermind of the season? Who was the mastermind? To me, when I look back through the history of the game, well, we're not talking about Big Brother Canada yet. So in the U.S., obviously everybody refers to Dr. Will. And to me, yes, I think Dr. Will was a mastermind. Although in his season, it was a much different game back then. It was the first time they did it. Mm-hmm. The HOH was crowned. They nominated 2 people. That was it. So it was more of a social mastermind.
Super social.
That was the epitome of the social game.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward all the way through, there's so many twists and ups and downs. The real mastermind to me is Dan.
Absolutely.
Because Dan was in trouble. Oh. Dan manipulated. Dan made alliances. Dan did all kinds of stuff. He won when he had to. Mm-hmm. He was just amazing. And then in the end, he wins 7-0. Then you fast forward to his next season. He's also a mastermind, but at the same time, he had a huge advantage.
He did, but he also had a huge disadvantage then, sort of later on. So I mean, to do it twice, I think he's the ultimate. He was in my season. He didn't do me any favors, but I also didn't do myself any favors. So.
And then the other one people say is Derek, and I think Derek could be considered a mastermind, but we don't know because to me the game is solid by the bottom battle of the block. So he wasn't nominated, sure, all that stuff. Yeah. He probably would have been great, and I think he was great, but we didn't get to see the full extent of his powers.
Not being nominated doesn't mean you're a mastermind, because Jillian was never nominated on my season, and I'm sorry, but we would never. Was she ever nominated? No. So, and I'm sorry, Jillian was a great winner, but she's no mastermind.
Yeah. And she wasn't going to win.
She wasn't, but that's another story.
That's neither here nor there. And so going to Big Brother Canada, I'm sorry, there has not been any masterminds. I mean, obviously besides Andrew.
No, we're not talking about no minds.
Oh, well.
Oh.
Yes, exactly.
But we have plenty of no minds on Big Brother Canada.
Yeah, there's a big difference between being a good player, someone who has good control of the game, versus an actual mastermind.
Absolutely,
right?
It just doesn't exist. Too much luck, too many twists, too much production.
Exactly.
Now it's my favorite time of the week, the douchebag of the week. There has been now a 17th season of Big Brother USA, 3 seasons in Canada, so we got lots of candidates, because as we know, we got plenty of douches in the Big Brother world. So we had a really strong push from our good friend Jace in the new season. My old buddy AJ, one of the Stooges, has really been picking up his game, but there can only be one winner. And if there was a drum roll, we'd hear it now. And of course, once again, it's the Emperor of Douche, Alec Beal. You're the douchebag of the week. That wraps up another episode of AM to PM. Hopefully you didn't turn it off midway through. If you did, you won't hear this, so it doesn't matter. Thanks to all 9 of you, or 11 of you, or maybe there's 15 now. We always have a good time doing this. Pete, I hope they put us in Big Brother Canada for a twin twist. Because no one...
I would love that.
I would love that, but no one would remember me.
That's right. This old fellow looks kind of familiar, and now he looks totally different because his hair is long. Anyway, I want to say thank you, special shout out again to all of our peeps on the internet, especially, of course, as I said before, Simon and Dog for really supporting us on onlineBigBrother.com, and a big shout out to Rainbow Monster, who helped me with some Photoshop skills for the overlays that you see, which is over here and underneath here.
Oh, it's not here.
There's a watermark up here.
Oh, hey.
Anyway, and also, of course, to Hamster Watch and Big Brother Buzz and Kevin's Isle and Cleo the Leo and whoever else are our big supporters out there. You know who you are, and we know who you are, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
And we'll probably be back again.
Maybe.